Congratulations on finding my secret video on my secret channel. Now you might be wondering, James, why are you finally posting a video on this channel after 9 years away? My last public video on this channel was October 15th, 2016. A little over a week later, my first frequent reviews video was posted on that channel, and now it has almost 250 million views. Now why I'm posting on this channel again after all these years is something that will be revealed over time. I'm not revealing it right now. This is kind of my introductory, welcome back kind of video. But it was in this spot almost exactly 9 years ago that I posted my first frequent reviews video of the Handy Heater, which is a crappy video, by the way. It's not a good video. It has like 800,000 views, not a good video. I could do better. I could do better now, and it would get 1/10 of the views, if that, such as YouTube. In fact, that's one of the reasons that I'm here. That's one of the reasons I'm back. So let's say I'm running into an old friend who I haven't seen since October 15th, 2016, the day of the last public post on this channel. That friend might ask me, James, what have you been up to the last 9 years? And I would say, listening to that loud truck going by. No, but seriously, I would say I've been posting YouTube videos. You know, that's what I've been doing. I'm a YouTuber now. Oh, really? What are you posting on there? Oh, I post reviews. I review stuff. What, companies send you stuff? No, I buy it myself. Oh, you have sponsorships? No, I don't take those either. And you're able to make money doing that? Yeah, had some pretty good years. Not so much this year, but I've had some pretty good years. That's the conversation I have with all my old friends. It's pretty much, it's verbatim. I could pretty much just write the notes out before I even talk to them. But you know, 9 years on YouTube, it feels different. You know, 9 feels different than 7, than 6 or 5 or 4. 9 years feels different. And I feel like 10 years is going in a direction that I'm not sure I'm gonna feel about YouTube in a year from now. You know, my interest in YouTube kind of goes up and down. My motivation on YouTube goes up and down. I always enjoy doing it, but you know, life of a YouTuber is not always that easy. There's good days and bad days. But the one thing, I don't really want to go on that topic right now. I'm already digressing. I haven't even started my topic yet. But one thing I will say about being a YouTuber is that imagine this scenario, okay? Imagine someone says, all right, you're gonna be posting on videos on YouTube, come up with your 10 best ideas you can think of that are feasible to create and make those videos as fast as you can. All right, so you make those videos, and it takes you a month to do 10 videos, maybe 6 weeks. All right, we'll say a month to make it easy. So it takes you a month to do those 10 videos. All right, do 10 more. Your 10 best ideas, do 10 more. All right, here's those 10. Do it again, and again, and again, for 10 years straight. That's what it's like to be a YouTuber. And you know what the worst part about it is you'll slave over a video, you'll post it online, and you'll log in YouTube Studio, and YouTube will say, you know what, that video sucks. It's 8 out of 10. You could do better. People don't like it as much. And then you open up the comments and some jerk on there saying you did something wrong or they're criticizing you. That's the life of a YouTuber. It's not so glamorous. Not only that, but your social life's gone. I can't have guests. My house is full of crap. My house is full of recording equipment. It's not so glamorous. There's a lot of perks to it, but you know, people always say what they want to be a YouTuber. I'm like, do you really? Do you know what it's really like? Do you really want to do that? 9 years later, I'm here to tell you it ain't all that. It's something. It's that, but it ain't this. I don't know what this is, but it's something. But one thing that's interesting about YouTube is that I made it a point to never curse on my YouTube channel because number one, I know that my mom watches. I don't really curse in front of my mom because I respect my mom. Number two, I know that kids watch. I hear from families all the time. I have some of my biggest fans are pretty young. I don't want to set a bad example. And number three, you never know if YouTube's going to change their mind and say, you know, you can't cuss on YouTube anymore. All your channels are demonetized. They did that recently. What was that guy's name? I can't remember. Philip DeFranco. All his videos start off with, hello, you beautiful bastards. He was worried all his videos were going to be demonetized. So I never cussed much on YouTube, although in real life, you'd be shocked at how much I do. I'm not saying I'm going to be dropping F-bombs all the time in this channel, but I'm also not going to shy away from it as well. In this preview mirror here, I have the zebra effect on my camera. A zebra effect puts lines so that you can kind of see where it's oversaturated. I'm seeing zebra lines right there. It makes me look like I have a Mr. Burns hairline. That is not good. Wow, that looks bad. That's what I would look like if I didn't shave my head. Wow. You can't see it, but in my monitor, it's putting zebra lines on my head. It makes it look like the Mr. Burns thing. The last time I think I had hair like that was 2005. In fact, here's a picture right here, 2005. Not good. It was already back there. Where would it be now? Probably back here. It was around this date, it was in October of 2016. I sat in this spot and did my first video having zero idea what was about to happen to me. I was really just trying to embed a video into a written article. I had no intention. I mean, I wouldn't say no, I had a little bit of intention. I was watching a lot of Casey Neistat. I wanted to be a vlogger, but I wasn't very good at it. So I figured, you know what, I'll do reviews and kind of make them vlog-like as best as I could. It really wasn't, you know, I watch it now, I cringe. I cringe at those first videos of mine. The first year, it's nails on the chalkboard. I can't watch them. People say, oh, they're still watchable. They're not. They're terrible. They're crap. My reviews are mediocre. My on-screen personality is stiff and awkward. My video quality is terrible. Like, there's no redeeming value. And yet all those videos did great. You know, my first video had like 800,000 views. Why? If I posted that video now, with my modern camera equipment and my more comfortable on-screen personality, I'd get 30,000 views, because YouTube doesn't like me anymore. Either YouTube doesn't like me anymore, or the viewers don't like me anymore. Something's happening. Something's happening in 2025, or my views have fallen off a cliff. I knew it would happen though. It's funny, I've been preparing for this date almost since I've been on YouTube. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm just rambling. I don't even know, but it doesn't matter because nobody's watching. This is a secret channel, so I can ramble all I want. But you know what's funny? I would say probably around 2017, 2018. I hadn't even really blown up that much. Maybe when I had 30,000 subscribers in 2017, I created a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet had a big range of creators, from really small, like my friend Kathy with 2 Cent Chicks, all the way up to like Logan Paul, and kind of like, you know, everything in between. And I purposely included popular channels, small channels, and older channels that had fallen off a cliff, specifically Crazy Russian Hacker. Crazy Russian Hacker was the template for channels that had fallen off a cliff. He had 11 million subscribers, but his views were garbage. And I always said to myself, that's gonna happen to me one day. Because, you know, think about television shows. What's the longest television show? I mean, forget The Simpsons, that's an anomaly, you know, but normal primetime television shows, they might last what? Maybe 10 years? Maybe. I think Cheers was 11, but all the best shows, Star Trek's 3 years. Gilligan's Island, 3 years. Three's Company was like 7 or 8 years. You know, like there's a shelf life of everything. You can only do the same thing so much. If you can successfully pivot, that's great. Most people can't. So since the beginning, since 2017, I always told myself, that's gonna happen to you one day. And it might be facilitated by some lame algorithm change on YouTube, which has happened in 2025. And how do I know that? Because it happened to me on my website. I had a website that was killing it, you know, like up to like 2014. It was kind of a Snopes alternative, because I always thought Snopes sucked. Snopes sucks. But anyways, I was a Snopes alternative because they sucked. And by the way, they stole stuff from me too. I would post first, they stole my research. But I digress again. Anyways, I had a website that was killing it. I was page 1 of Google. I was getting millions of views. And then one day I opened up my analytics. Normally I'd have about 200 people online at any given time. There was like 20. I'm like, oh, my website's offline. I gotta go make sure I gotta reboot my server. My website wasn't offline. What happened? Doing some research, oh, we have a Panda update, Panda algorithm update on Google. Panda update, in other words, I got fucked. That's right. I said it, I don't care. I'm not in freaking reviews, I can say that. I got fucked. You know what happened? I spent 2 years of my life trying to build that channel back up, never recovered, because of some asshole engineer in Google decided to change something that fucked my channel. And I'm bitter about it, that's right, I don't care. On the other hand, yes, it did lead me to freaking reviews, which it was probably life-changingly good. But at the time, it's like, come on, man, I spent 8 years on that channel, on that website. 8 years. And I knew getting on YouTube, eventually some YouTube algorithm would screw me again, and it has. But on the other hand, I'm a little more prepared now than I was before. I kind of have ancillary means of supporting myself. I have some money in the bank. You know, I'm still making enough to survive on, barely, but I won't take sponsors. I'm not gonna do it. In fact, I've said before, I would rather retire than take sponsors, and I'm getting close to that. I mean, I'm seriously. I'm getting close to just saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm not taking any sponsors. I don't like sponsors. I'm not doing it. I don't even pitching some Magic Spoon cereal in the middle of my kitchen gadget review. Get out of here with that. I don't want to see that crap. The reason I never took sponsors is because I hate them. I hate watching a video with sponsors of them. In fact, people don't realize this. I didn't have mid-rolls in my ads for years. I refused to put them in there because I didn't like them myself. But I finally ended up putting them in there just because I kind of had to, because I don't take sponsors and my money was a little bit off. Where am I going with this? I was getting fired up for a second there. You have to watch out, I'm getting fired up. But anyway, so go back to the spreadsheet. Okay, that's where I left off. So I was watching channels like Crazy Russian Hacker, who had 11 million subscribers, but his views were way down. And I knew it was gonna happen to me eventually, and it did, it has. But the thing is, it's not just me this time, it's a lot of people. The entire middle class of YouTube, which is what I think where I belong. The creators who were up under 1 million subscribers, but still significant. And there's this chasm, and I saw this somewhere else. I'm somewhat paraphrasing and borrowing some terminology from another channel I saw, so whoever that is, I can't give you credit because I can't remember who it was. But there's a chasm on YouTube now because that jerk CEO they have now who just wants to push AI crap. But there's a chasm now. So you have the big creators, Mr. Beast and those guys making garbage like that are making a ton of money, and the small creators under 1,000 subscribers who aren't even monetized, they're getting pushed out there because these guys make them a ton of money, and the small creators, they don't have to share ad revenue. They can take it all. They run ads on their channels, and they don't have to share the revenue with them. So the rest of us in the middle, we got kicked to the curb. I'm at the curb right now. I'm like American History X, I'm on the curb. Bailey sees me fired up and she doesn't like that too much. I'm sorry, Bailey, everything's okay, I'm not upset. I'm calmed down now, but to bring this back all around, YouTube in 2025 has really embraced AI, which is a terrible decision. They're just looking at the bottom line. They're not really thinking long term. They're just trying to like grab all the cash they can and run off with it. It's not going to be good for them long term. Someone's going to come along and steal their fire. TikTok's already taken a big chunk of their viewership. Maybe that's why they're doing this. I don't know. Bailey just drooled on my leg. Bailey. But they have to watch it, man. Like no company is too big to fail. None. Look what happened in the Great Recession. Look what happened to MySpace. Like look what happened to AT&T back in the day. Ma Bell. It can happen. Netscape Navigator. Nobody is too big to fail, and YouTube is not too big to fail, but if they keep pushing the AI slop and treating those of us who've spent our entire, the last 10 years slaving to create content, to build them up, they're gonna lose a lot more. It's funny because when AI video kind of became a thing that was easy to access, it was kind of fun for like a day or two. But then like you start seeing all this crap online. Not just the bad AI generated shorts with like the Orson Welles sounding voice and a bunch of crappy B-roll, but then you have like I have boomer friends who can't seem to distinguish between AI and real videos. I saw these pictures of like Led Zeppelin's going back on tour, they're bad AI images, people believe it. There was this like picture of Robert Plant and Sharon Osbourne crying at Ozzy's funeral. That was fake, it was AI. Boomers are all sharing it. Come on, boomers, learn how to spot AI. Well, why don't you? The Gen Zers don't care. The boomers can't figure it out. Us millennials and Gen Xers are going, what are you guys doing? I'm not a fan of AI. I think AI is AI video. I mean, ChatGPT is a good assistant. I can bounce ideas off of it. I can have it proofread things for me. But, to just rely on it as content creation, garbage. Garbage. Garbaggio, that's right. I'm looking down at Bailey because Bailey's right here. Bailey's right there. I've been talking for 16 minutes? Wow. I don't even know what I've been talking about. I'm totally rambling. I'm completely rambling. But the gist of this is I'm back after 9 years. This is a secret video. YouTube has changed in a way I don't like. And I'm now having to formulate backup plans in case things continue to decline. That's what's happening. And this video and this channel are just kind of my secret outlet where I can rant about things that maybe nobody's gonna see. It's just my own personal record of my own rants about what's going on. So with that, I think I'm gonna sign off after the first time in 9 years. I don't know the last time I spoke on this channel. I think my last video was just me walking around Huntington Beach, but I'm talking, that's right, I'm spaking on this channel. And sometimes I may use an occasional cuss word that I wouldn't use on Freaking Reviews. This ain't Freaking Reviews, this is James White Official. At least for now. Maybe I'll change the name of it. I don't know if I like that name very much. The original name was Nevada 6886. That's a terrible name. James White Official is a little better. I could probably do better. But this rant is over, this video's over, and guess what? I'm not gonna create a special thumbnail. I'm gonna pick a frame. I'm not gonna have it end at 25 like I do on Freaking Reviews because that's a pain in the butt. It's just gonna be whenever it ends and whatever frame I pick. And at that point, the video's done. Very minimal edits, no B-roll, no music. I don't know what this means, but it kind of feels good to do it. But that's all I've got for today. I'm gonna have to come up with a new sign-off. I'm so used to saying, I appreciate you watching, I'll see you next time. But that's Freakin' Reviews. That ain't me. But right now, I don't have one. I don't have a sign-off. I'm gonna have to use my old sign-off. I'll come up with a new one for this channel if I continue to post to it. I may never post again. This might be the only time I post here again. For the rest of history, this could be the last video on this channel for all I know. Or maybe I'll post tomorrow. I don't know. I wanna say I appreciate you watching, but I don't wanna say that. I wanna say something else. So I'm gonna say sign off. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Ciao.